Do you want to learn how to create podcasts with AI? It's an AI podcast maker. In this video, I'm going to help solve your problem with a tool that I will show you in the video. There's a link in the description. If you follow through that link and buy any of these paid plans, I may get a small commission. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get to it. You can create customizable AI podcasts in minutes. And once you click the link in the description, it's going to take you over to this page, which is jellypod.ai. And we're going to take a look at how to generate an AI podcast using this tool. Let's take a listen to the real examples. So this is a Discover podcast page. And I feel that these are all the podcasts that was created on Jellypod. Yep, this is what it is. Some real world podcasts created on Jellypod. So you can sign up and create your own AI podcast. So let's take a listen to one of them. Just a 10 seconds version. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, just 10 seconds.
Push play, get ready to dive into facts that'll blow your mind.
Okay, so that's how it is. And if this excites you, let's check out the dashboard next. So this is the dashboard of jellypod.ai, and you'll be taken over here once you've signed up on this website. In podcasts, create a new podcast. You can also click here, you can click here as well. Both are the same things. Now it's going to take you over to this page, which is create podcast series. You can make it episodic. So the episodes will be presented as last to first. This is most common, or you can go for serial. This is oldest first. So this is episodes presented first to last. Great for narratives and storytelling when episodes should be consumed in order. So let's go for episodic for this one. You can enter a podcast title and a podcast description. Every podcast inside Jellypod gets its own URL. So you can enter here. So it's going to be, let's say, for example, I type in something like this, why the podcast, and it's going to be on this URL. So your podcast can be accessed by someone if they visit this URL, which is whythepodcast.jellypod.ai. Now I can type in something in the podcast title and description, but I'm not sure what to type in. So in order to figure out what to type in, you could go to ChatGPT, and like over here, I asked it, create a podcast prompt on a random topic of AI. Make it as detailed as possible, but keep it one line and short. So you can use this, and let's say I type it here again. So this was the podcast prompt. I asked it to write me a description and name for it. So I just took the name from here, go to Jellypod, put it over here. And in the description, I'm just going to take this and put it over here. So this is the podcast host. They have this sample podcast host already there. So you can add the host or remove the host from here. And you can create a new host, which is going to take you over to this new page, which is host page. I'll show you how that works as well, but later on. First, let's complete this. You can show on explore page this podcast, but I'm just going to make it unlisted and create the podcast. You can also upload the cover art, but let's just avoid that for now. So here our podcast has been created, and it's just like a placeholder on here. And on the right hand side, you see distribution. So you can share your podcast with your audience. So this is your custom website. So if I click on this, it's going to take us over to that page. This is whythepodcast.jellypod.ai. And this is where people can come and listen to your podcast. You can also submit your podcast to Spotify and submit your podcast to YouTube, etc. You can click on new episode here. Now it's going to say ready to create your podcast. So you can paste a website URL which has the information in it, attach a file, or describe your episode in a few words. We're going to do the end version, this thing. You can also upload a file here. More integrations are coming soon. You can also add source, which is currently grayed out. And also you can start with a blank episode outline. So here I did a podcast prompt on a random topic of AI. So let's just take this and go to Jellypod, paste it over here. And now this add source comes in. So if we click on add source, it's just going to include that for the podcast. Now let's click on create. So it's going to start creating the outline. So this is the outline of this podcast, and this is the episode outline. Each chapter will be 2 to 4 minutes long, so you can add a new chapter as well. And here, this is chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. You can also drag them to change the order of these outlines. So I can push the chapter 1, 2 to chapter 3, and that way. You can also delete them from here. Now let's generate the script. I'm okay with what it is here. Let's generate the script. Now here on the right hand side, you'll find that our script has been generated. So this is it. This is chapter 1 and impact of AI in predictive healthcare. So it has answered this whole chapter 1 from here to here. And same thing for chapter 2 and chapter 3. Now, once you are okay with this, you can edit it. If you want, you can edit it. And if you see that the AI has made any mistakes, you can correct it as well. Like I can just click here and I can type something. So let's just say I'm okay with this and I want to generate the audio next. So I'm going to click here to generate the audio and it's going to start the audio generation. And while the audio is being generated, on the left hand side, you can also regenerate the script. If you do not like it, you can regenerate it. Just click here and it's going to regenerate the entire script for you. So now our audio has been generated. Now you can add an intro music and an outro music, just like you see in podcasts. So let's click here and you can add one. You can drag and drop an MP3 audio file here. We are not going to do that. I'm going to click on play and you're going to listen to the whole thing first. Then let's move on to publish episode after that. Let's click on play.
Imagine your smartwatch not just tracking your steps or monitoring your heartbeat, but actually alerting you to potential health risks before you even start to feel symptoms. That's where predictive AI in healthcare is taking us, and it's, well, kind of mind-blowing to think about, isn't it? So let's break it down. AI algorithms are really good at analyzing patterns in data. They take all this seemingly random information, your lifestyle habits, medical history, even stuff like your sleeping patterns, and identify risks you'd never notice on your own. For example, these predictive analytics tools have been used to assess cancer risks. They could flag unusual trends in your health data that suggest you should see your doctor sooner rather than later. And what's really exciting is what was recently showcased at tech conferences. There are these new AI-driven innovations designed specifically for early disease detection. Like one tool that developers are working on can detect the early signs of diabetes just from analyzing your glucose levels in real time. How cool is that? But it's not just software. Wearables like your smartwatch or fitness tracker also play a big role here. Real-time data from devices like these feeds neural networks, those are the brains behind this AI, and makes them more accurate. Let's say you've got an irregular heartbeat popping up, or your blood oxygen dips. The AI processes all that and can potentially guide a much earlier diagnosis. All these advancements, they make you wonder how far this technology can go, right? And these aren't future possibilities. We're talking about tools already in use or being fine-tuned for real-world application as we speak. Now imagine visiting your doctor, and instead of the usual one-size-fits-all treatment approach, you get a plan that's completely tailored to you, your genetics, your lifestyle, even how you respond to medication. That's the kind of personalized care AI is making possible. Here's how it works. Adaptive learning systems powered by AI analyze data from multiple sources, like your medical history, real-time health metrics, and even genetic information. Then they recommend treatments that are much more precise. Think about this. AI can fine-tune your medication dosage based on how your body reacts over time, continuously improving your results. It's almost like having a healthcare strategy that's alive, you know? One case that really stands out involves a patient with a chronic autoimmune condition. Traditional treatments weren't working, but when an AI-driven model was used, it suggested a mix of therapies specifically for this patient, and their condition improved drastically. It's stories like these that show just how empowering this technology can be. And advancements in genomics are taking it even further. Mapping out someone's genetic code used to be this long, expensive process. But now with AI, it's faster and much more efficient. Imagine AI being able to pinpoint genetic markers for diseases almost instantly, then guiding preventive care or treatment plans from there. That's the world we're heading into. It's exciting, isn't it? When it comes to AI in healthcare, it's not all smooth sailing. I mean, there are some big ethical challenges staring us in the face. For instance, how transparent are these algorithms really? Like, if an AI flags a health risk for you, do you actually know why it's making that call? That brings up an important question. How much do we trust AI when we don't fully understand how it reaches its decisions? And then there's the issue of data, right? All this personal health information. How do we ensure it's kept secure and private? I think we're only scratching the surface of these concerns, honestly. But AI is not just here to give us headaches. There's a lot of good it can do, too, especially in places where healthcare resources are lacking. Take virtual health assistants, for example. These tools are kind of revolutionizing access. Imagine someone in a remote area miles away from a clinic getting real-time guidance from an AI program. It's making care more reachable than ever before. And let's not forget patient monitoring systems. These AI-enabled tools are helping people transition from hospital care back home, providing continuous support. Like systems that can detect changes in someone's health and alert their care team immediately. It's like having a safety net that's always watching out for you, which is kind of remarkable. So as we look ahead, there's no denying this mix of challenges and breakthroughs makes AI in healthcare one of the most fascinating spaces to watch. But for now, I think we can all agree, it's a game changer, and its potential is only just starting to unfold. And that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in to explore these ideas with me. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time.
So how was it? Was it good? Are you going to use this tool? Is it something that interests you? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's publish the episode by clicking on here on the top right. Now it's going to say ready to go live. We are going to say save and publish. And now your episode has been published. Now it's going to show up on this side. In the episodes section, it says published. And now you can take a listen to this from here, or if you click on these three dots, you can download the audio, download captions, share, edit info. Now you can create a new episode just by clicking on here and starting the whole thing over again. Now if I go back, I can go to my custom website, and anyone who comes to my website would be able to listen to this from here. So yeah, that's how to create the AI podcast inside Jellypod, but we are also going to take a look at the host section, which is inside this on the left-hand side. So this is the Eric Marquardt. This is one sample host that they have created. Now you can click on add new hosts, which is going to take you over to this page. And now you can click on AI create, or you can enter in yourself as well, the host name and the backstory. This is required in order to use this, the AI voice design. So let's click on AI create, which is going to generate it for us. So it has auto-generated this host name and the backstory. Now, based on this whole thing, it's going to design a custom voice for you. Let's click here. So these are the voice previews of this AI voice design. Let's take a listen to it.
In the heart of Seattle's indie music scene, I found my rhythm, mixing tracks and
In the heart of Seattle's indie music scene, I found my rhythm.
In the heart of Seattle's indie music scene, I found my rhythm, mixing tracks and
The third voice preview inside it was the best one for this backstory. So let's just select this. This is based on your personal preference, so you can select the second or first as well. Just click here to select it. I'm just going to select the third one and create host. Now our host has been created. Now if I go back to the host section, I'm going to find my host here. Now I can add another host by clicking over here, and you've got more options inside voice selection. So you can do a voice clone, which is you can record your own voice and it's going to clone it. Or you can go for professional voice, or you can go for professional voice. So they have these 30 high quality professional voices. Now I'm not sure if these are from 11 Labs or which service, but they seem like high quality. Take a listen to it.
It's not about what we have or what we achieve, but about how we experience each.
This is a mature Indian voice that you can use.
All right. So here there is a filter, I think. So you can select between male and female. You can also search the voices here. if you do make one of them favorites, you'll be able to just click here and find your favorite voice. When you like one of them, just select on it and create host. But first, you need to enter the host name and backstory for this as well. Now for the voice clone, let me record my own voice, or you can drag and drop an audio file with the voice to clone it. So let's just record my own voice, and I need something to recite for this. Probably going to go over to ChatGPT and I'm just going to read this. Allow while visiting, and now I can just start recording. So I can say, create a podcast prompt on random topic of AI. It says 2-3 minutes of audio samples of the voice to clone. Okay, so I do have to speak more. Okay, revolutionary role of AI in transforming healthcare. We need more, 30 seconds. Now I think we are close to completion and it should be good enough. Oh, I can just stop recording from here. Okay, it just said that you can do it 2 or 3 minutes, but it doesn't matter really. You can just stop the recording before as well. So it's going to give you this file over here, and you can play it or delete it, and then click on confirm and create host. So let's take a listen to it. I'm just going to click first here in the AI generate for host name and backstory first. Okay, now let's create the host from here. Now let's take a listen to the voice clone. Hi there, I'm Chloe Bennett, and I believe in the magic that happens when art meets technology. With a passion for design and a commitment to digital inclusion, I strive to create experiences that are accessible to everyone. When I'm not crafting user interfaces, you can find me hiking Oregon's beautiful trails, or whipping up a fusion dish that celebrates my heritage. Let's explore creativity together. Okay, that sounds good. Let me know in the comments if that sounds similar to me, but yeah. Now I can click on this on the 3 dots on the top and edit it or delete it. Now if I go back to hosts, I would be able to see the host here, which is voice clone. So this is the voice clone. So yeah, that's it. I think that covers the whole what you can do inside jellypod.ai to create these type of podcasts. Now let's see the pricing plan of jellypod.ai. If I go over here and I go to pricing, so this is the plans of jellypod.ai. The basic one is free to use. You can even create a voice clone inside it for the free plan. There's 1,000 generation credits, but you do not get a commercial license, so you cannot use it for commercial use. If you want, you can start with the starter plan, and then you can use the commercial. There's also 2 magic voice designs and 2 voice clones. Unlimited show length and 2,500 monthly credits. You can also download the MP3s and distribute it over to Spotify, YouTube, and other platforms. Now this goes all the way up to business, which is $200 per month, and you get all these things inside it. If you switch to yearly, you will get a discount of 25%. So yeah, this is it. If you do decide to get one of these plans, make sure to click the link in the description. It may help me with a small commission. Did this video help solve your problem on how to create a podcast with AI? If it did, let me know with a like and comment.